Hello, my friends. I started off this reading by asking, who are you? And I got the horse. My next question was, what is your main focus? It appears you are very much focused on your spiritual life. But let's see what the horse has to say first. There we go. Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum, so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. So perhaps you have a daily routine of exercise and meditation? That's wonderful. When in balance, achieves anything, never gives up. When out of balance, runs away and feels weak. To bring into balance, strength training. That wouldn't be my choice, but okay. You have to figure out what works for you in terms of some sort of disciplined exercise. If you need that to bring yourself into balance or to bring yourself into alignment with this horse card, which is certainly a worthwhile goal. All right. But for your main focus, we have the Empress, Temperance, and the Keeper. The Keeper this is the B Tarot, and the Keeper is actually the Fool. Some of the cards have slightly different names. I do like the creators' meanings for their deck. So, obviously you are focused on the divine feminine aspects of your personality, of your true nature. So you're looking at nurturing yourself and others, cultivating your creativity, becoming your highest and best self. This is a card of receptivity and acceptance, a love for all others. As you can see, this person is holding a bee on their hand, and this is obviously affection going on here, and even care, because they are also holding flowers, perhaps for the bee to get some nectar from. Temperance. This is a need to celebrate or to... Wow, that's an interesting slip. All right. So this is a need to balance. Where did celebrate come from? All right. So balance the spiritual and the physical, which is always a challenge, of course. Just because we are pursuing a spiritual awakening or simply trying to develop the spiritual aspects of ourselves, our material needs don't go away. We still need food, housing, we still have bills to pay, we need to eat, we need to eat healthy food. But there's also a reminder with temperance that you can do the impossible. As you can see, temperance is pouring, it looks like honey, usually it's water, but in this deck it's honey, from one cup to another, but the water is not pouring straight down, or honey is not pouring straight down as it would according to the laws of physics. It is pouring at an angle. So contained within the Temperance card is the reality of miracles. And then finally, the Keeper, the Fool. You are prepared to take the Fool's leap, to leap into the unknown, to do what Spirit or the Divine is asking of you. that's very brave. It's also unusual. Most people fight it tooth and nail when they have a spiritual awakening. And they suffer accordingly. My number one advice to people going through a spiritual awakening is don't fight it. But let's see what else we've got for you. Clarification on the Empress, please. Clarification on the Empress. King of Swords in reverse. So this is someone who is harsh, critical, cold, even cruel with their words. Uncaring. Either they aren't as smart as they think they are, or they use their intellect to put others down. And they refuse to change. Forward movement is not happening with this person, either inside them or with you. I'm not sure who is persisting here. Well, it's about what you'd expect. All right, so there's a sense of imprisonment. It's a false sense of imprisonment in the sense that the Eight of Swords represents being imprisoned by attitudes, societal norms, things that aren't actually real. You have to remember that in terms of societal norms, you know, we used to think all kinds of things. We used to think the world was flat, you know? So this is really being imprisoned by things that aren't real. All you have to do is change your mind to free yourself. But that is not necessarily an easy thing to do. However, you are taking steps. You are investing in yourself, in becoming this Empress. We have the Hierophant, which is status quo. Remember, Eight of Swords. You are still being bound by old beliefs. Five of Pentacles. There's a feeling of being left out in the cold, perhaps by this King of Swords person. And perhaps by your own analysis paralysis. Okay. Let's clarify Temperance. I'm very curious about the so there's the need to balance, of course, but also the miracles. Are you hoping for a miracle? Nine of Wands. You're feeling very overburdened, which is understandable. You are, however, the horse, right? So you have tremendous power, strength to go the distance, to get to your goals, achieve your dreams. No one said it would be easy, however. Ace of Wands in reverse. thinking for a minute here. So the Ace of Wands is a card of creativity. It can refer to the sacral chakra. Perhaps yours is feeling blocked. Oh my. All right. We have the Fool again. Perhaps you feel like you're being foolish at times. It's normal to doubt yourself in this journey. And the Five of Cups. So, this King of Swords in reverse has left you heartbroken. And perhaps you have felt manipulated by them. Maybe they did manipulate you. Judgment. However, don't forget, you are being called to a spiritual awakening. And what happens with this person is not up to you. It is up to the divine. They may be being called as well. They likely are. But right now they are very much a wounded masculine. And there's nothing you can do about that. You have your own job becoming the Empress. And I don't think you're there yet. What do we need to know about this Fool? Why has it come out twice? This reading. What do we need to know about the Fool? What does my viewer need to know about the Fool? We have the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Thunder. You are feeling both overburdened and afraid, which is normal. Making the leap into the unknown, of course you're feeling afraid. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. But we're talking about spirit here. We're not talking about... we're talking about the divine. We're talking about spirituality. We're not talking about people or situations in your 3D life. At least not yet. But so far, you know, there's been an emphasis on what's going on inside your head. And on you becoming your best self. Which is also part of the Fool's Leap. And as soon as I said that, card started leaping out of the deck. So Nine of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. It can also be a card of overindulgence. You have it in reverse, so perhaps you need to look at some overindulgent behaviors of yours. And the Seven of Wands, you have your own battles to fight. Anything else this person needs to know? Well, this is a nice one. On the other side of your Fool's Leap, it seems you have the Sun. So you have the possibility of great happiness. But you are going to be required to take the Fool's Leap, as scary, as overwhelming as that may seem. And I'm not positive, but you may also have some issues with Overindulgence, probably in alcohol. Nine of Cups. So there's a particular tarot called the Thoth Tarot, which it's kind of has a harsher tone to it, put it that way. And the Nine of Cups is a card of overindulgence and of all sorts. Yeah, this is a caution against hanging on to the things in your life. Have you been looking to material wealth as a way of fulfilling yourself or feeling fulfilled? Are you still hanging on to that kind of idea? Because material wealth is not a spiritual path per se. It doesn't have to be. You can be very spiritual and be well off. Some people are, obviously. And but the goal of a spiritual life is not material wealth. The goal is to be your best self. So you have what you need within yourself, which is an important part of this path. But you have the horse up here. So you have what you need. You have the drive. You have the strength. You may need to cultivate it with, a daily routine or daily routines of physical and mental cultivation. Whether that's through something like yoga or Tai Chi and journaling and meditation, gratitude practices, those kinds of things. Any of those, all of those would be helpful. But you should probably just pick one of each to start with and see where you go from there. And let's round it out with a card from the Oracle deck. The Wisdom of the Oracle. Is there any last words the Divine would like to, well, any last message from the Divine? Well, community, that's interesting. Are you looking for your soul tribe? Community and happy, happy, happy. All right, numbers 8 and 26, if those are significant to you. 8, community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. The Oracle's message. This card signals a new affiliation with the group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. All right, 26. Happy, happy, happy. My sense is that as you go through this process, a spiritual awakening process, you meet new people. And it is normal to become part of a new community as you spiritually awaken, because you are leaving behind a lot of your old life. Happy, happy, essential meanings, joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. The Oracle's message, your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. For you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is the result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. So, that sounds really wonderful. It seems like you're in a good place. You have challenges ahead. That's okay. They're not here now, are they? Enjoy being where you are and enjoy the current moment. Don't borrow trouble. Have a good day.